You walk down the aisle, grab a few tins, and don't think twice. Baked beans for the grandkids, hot dogs for a quick tea, soup for those cold nights. But here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. Inside some of those innocent-looking tins, you're not getting what you paid for. You're getting mechanically separated meats stretched with fillers, sauces thickened with modified starches, and ingredient lists that read like chemistry experiments. Products carrying names you've trusted for decades contain things your grandmother wouldn't recognize as food. The regulators aren't stopping it. The supermarkets aren't stopping it. So you need to know exactly what to avoid and what to buy instead. Let's start with number 1. 1. Heinz baked beans. You know the tin, the iconic label. Britain's #1 baked bean for generations. Heinz markets itself as the quality choice, the taste of home, the brand your mum trusted. But turn that tin around and read what's actually inside. According to the Tesco UK product listing, the ingredients are beans, 50%, tomatoes, 36%, water, sugar, spirit vinegar, modified corn flour, salt, spice extracts, herb extract. Heinz does not disclose country of origin percentages on standard product labeling. Those beans could come from any of their global sourcing locations, and you'd never know. The tomato sauce is thickened with modified corn flour, a hallmark of ultra-processing designed for shelf stability, not nutrition. Here's what they don't tell you. That modified corn flour means you're paying for a thickener, not more tomatoes. They know exactly what's in that tin. They choose to keep it there because it's cheaper than using real ingredients. If the UK's most iconic canned food brand can't give you a simple ingredient list, what about the budget options millions of families rely on every week? 2. Princess tinned hot dogs. These sit on shelves in every discount retailer, priced for families watching every penny. Princess markets them as convenient protein, quick meals for hungry kids. But the ingredients tell a different story. According to the official Prince's website and wholesale listings, these contain mechanically separated pork, 31%, and pork, 30%, bringing total meat content to 61%. The rest is water, starch, salt, milk protein, dextrose, maltodextrin, stabilizers, and preservatives. UK law requires country of origin for meat products, and Princess complies by stating produce of the EU. But that's still 27 countries you could be getting meat from, with no way to know which ones supplied your tin. The company knows exactly what's in that product. They've known for years. Yet the same recipe sits on shelves today, bought by families who can't afford fresh sausages, paying for meat and getting mechanically separated pork suspended in a stabilized emulsion. 3. Stag chunky chili with beans. You'll find this in the imported section of Tesco and Sainsbury's, the American tin with the cowboy branding. Stag markets itself as hearty, authentic, robust American chili. But look at the nutrition data from the USDA. A cup contains approximately 334 milligrams of sodium. The carbohydrate content sits around 11 grams per serving, with 2 grams of sugar. The company could reformulate for UK consumers. They choose not to. They're betting you'll buy the branding and never question what's inside, or that you'll assume imported means exotic rather than made to different standards. 4. Batchelors Cuppa Soup, canned version. Batchelors is a heritage name your parents recognized. Their instant soup is marketed as quick comfort food. But read the official ingredient list. Water, leek, 5%, glucose syrup, onion, 3%, maize starch, palm oil, cooked chicken, 1%, salt, yeast extract, milk proteins, flavor enhancers including monosodium glutamate and disodium 5' ribonucleotides. This isn't soup. It's a UPF delivery system dressed up as a warm lunch. The chicken appears at just 1%, the leek at 5%. Everything else is starches, flavor enhancers, and stabilizers designed to create the sensation of soup without the actual ingredients. The company knows consumers are waking up to ultra-processed foods, yet the recipe remains. Your grandmother's Batchelors soup isn't the product on shelves today, no matter how familiar the label looks. 5. Tesco Everyday Value Chicken in White Sauce. Britain's largest supermarket sells this in every store. The Everyday Value range positions itself as budget-friendly but adequate. But let's do the maths. Fresh chicken costs £4 to £5 per kilogram. This tin sells for under £1 for nearly 400 grams. The mathematics doesn't work. According to nutrition data, half a can provides 21 grams of protein. The label lists chicken as the primary ingredient, but that percentage includes both the meat and the water naturally present. What you're actually getting is chicken suspended in a white sauce that's mostly water, modified starch, and flavorings. Tesco chose the wording carefully to comply with labeling requirements while maximizing margins. They know families buy it, believing it's a reasonable alternative to fresh, and they continue selling it because the margins work and the regulations allow it. That's not oversight, that's system failure. 6. Prince's tuna chunks in brine. Prince's dominates the UK canned fish market. If you've eaten tuna from a supermarket sandwich, it was probably theirs. They market themselves as the trusted choice, but here's what they don't put on the label. Tuna accumulates mercury as it moves up the food chain, and testing has consistently found detectable levels in canned tuna. The company has announced intentions to address packaging concerns, but meanwhile, millions of tins move through British supermarkets every week. They know consumers are asking questions, and they're betting most people won't look closely enough to ask. 7. Morrison's Savers hot dogs. Morrison's sells these in every store, positioned as the ultimate budget option for families. At just 75 pence a tin, the price alone should raise questions. The ingredients reveal exactly where those savings come from. Mechanically separated pork at similar percentages to Princess, water, rusk, stabilizers, and the same additive profile designed to create the appearance of a sausage with minimal actual meat content. What makes this particularly troubling is the audience. Morrison's Savers range targets families on the tightest budgets, people who can least afford to waste money on products that aren't what they claim to be. They're paying for hot dogs and receiving mechanically separated meat extended with fillers. The savings on the receipt are an illusion when the tin contains diluted product. You're not getting value, you're getting less meat for your money, stretched with starches that cost a fraction of the real thing. But here's the good news, you don't have to play their game. There are alternatives sitting on the same shelves that actually deliver what they promise. For a premium choice, look for Italian tomato brands like Mutti at Tesco or Waitrose. According to the Tesco UK product listing, Mutti chopped tomatoes contain 99.8% tomatoes and salt, nothing else. They offer single origin certification from Italy. You'll pay around £1.50 per tin, which feels reasonable when you read the label. Complete transparency because they've got nothing to hide. For a budget choice that doesn't compromise on ingredients, try M&S at Marks & Spencer food halls. Their standard baked beans, available via Uber Eats and in-store, contain haricot beans, 49%, tomatoes, 33%, water, sugar, corn flour, salt, vinegar, dried onions, paprika, and natural extracts. No artificial colorings. The sauce thickens naturally because it's actually tomato sauce. M&S maintains sourcing standards across their entire range, meaning even their basics won't contain the additives you'll find in value lines elsewhere. So, how do you protect yourself starting today? First, flip the tin and count the ingredients. Good products have 5 or fewer, and you recognize every one. Suspicious products have 6 to 10. Question any you can't pronounce. Bad products have 11 plus. You're buying chemistry, not food. Second, look at the origin statement. Product of Italy or British beef means traceability. Packed in UK means absolutely nothing, only the packaging happened here. EU and non-EU origins hides literally any country on Earth. If a canned meat product hides behind vague wording, put it back. Third, apply the price test. Good tinned tomatoes cost $1.50 or more per 400 grams. Suspicious tomatoes cost under £1. Good baked beans cost $1.20 plus. Suspicious beans cost 60 to 90 pence. If the price seems too good to be true, something other than food is filling that tin. The British canned food market is systematically compromised. That's not opinion. That's what happens when companies choose cheaper ingredients, hide behind vague origin statements, and bet you won't look closely. The regulators aren't protecting you. The supermarkets aren't protecting you. But now you know what to look for. You know which products raise red flags. You know which alternatives actually deliver what they promise. Real food is worth finding. It supports different supply chains. It gives your family what you're actually paying for. Next time you reach for a tin, remember, if the ingredients read like a chemistry experiment, it isn't food. Which brand shocked you the most? Drop your experience in the comments. And if you want to watch another video like this one, click the video on the screen. Thanks for watching.